Have you ever seen a Hollywood star refuse to say a single nice thing about a fellow actor, especially someone as beloved as Ryan Reynolds? That's exactly what happened when Denzel Washington laid it all on the table.
Yeah, he was, I call him a sociopath. I mean, I think that he wants to win no matter what. He was willing to do whatever it takes to win. He didn't care who he stepped on.
Well, this is the end of me. This is the moment that Denzel Washington turns me into a liquid.
But this isn't just about one brutal comment. It's a window into a deeper issue between Denzel, Ryan, and even Ryan's wife, Blake Lively. Let's explore the surprising moments that have Hollywood whispering and what it could mean for this once powerful couple. Right after filming Safe House with Ryan Reynolds, Denzel Washington was asked to share his thoughts on his co-star. In Hollywood, you'd normally expect a carefully worded compliment, or at least a polite nod to avoid stirring drama. Denzel, however, chose a different path. With an unwavering expression, he declared Ryan was terrible. The room fell silent, and you could feel the shock as interviewers scrambled to figure out if Denzel was dead serious or simply messing around.
Denzel Washington, working with such a veteran actor, did you learn anything? What was the takeaway from working with him?
You learn so much working with a guy like him. I mean, not only is he a pleasure to work with, and just to see that somebody can be that passionate about what they do, and they've been doing it for this long, but you just see how
Denzel's long-standing reputation as one of the most respected actors in the business only magnified the impact of his remark. His opinion carries considerable weight, so when he drops a statement like that, especially without cracking a smile, everyone takes notice. Those present tried to laugh it off, but the energy was tense, as if the interviewer wanted to ask, "Wait, do you really mean that?" Yet no one dared push him for clarification. The moment sparked a wave of discussions behind the scenes. Had something happened on set? Did Denzel harbor a genuine dislike for Ryan's acting style, or was this just a case of sharp-edged humor gone wrong? To this day, fans debate whether Denzel was actually joking. Some cite his history of playful jabs in interviews, suggesting he was being tongue-in-cheek. Others insist his deadpan delivery was too convincing to be mere teasing. Either way, the damage had been done. People left that interview with the impression that Denzel didn't hold Ryan in high regard. In an industry full of carefully managed PR, an unfiltered comment from a legend like Denzel can echo for years, especially when it's pointed at an actor as popular as Ryan Reynolds. A large part of the tension between Ryan and Denzel appears to stem from a literal punch. While shooting an intense fight scene for Safe House, Ryan accidentally landed a blow that gave Denzel his first black eye. No small feat, considering Denzel has starred in numerous action-packed roles without ever sustaining such an injury. In interviews afterward, Ryan admitted he was horrified by the mishap. He even joked that he expected to be turned into liquid on the spot because, let's face it, how do you apologize for socking a legend in the face? Despite the shock, Denzel handled the injury with surprising grace. He didn't storm off the set or publicly berate Ryan for the accident. Instead, he shrugged it off, telling production to keep rolling. Yet word travels fast in Hollywood, and it didn't take long for rumors to swirl that Denzel was less than pleased behind closed doors. Whispers about tension and a dented relationship, both figurative and literal, only grew louder as the film's promotional interviews highlighted the awkwardness between them. Even years later, when Safe House is brought up, the black eye story resurfaces. Fans ask if it might be the root cause of why Denzel seemed so dismissive of Ryan during press tours. It could be that Denzel genuinely believed Ryan's style of acting was terrible, or maybe he was still nursing a personal grudge about that infamous punch.
And the problem that brought for him working with you was that sometimes when he was in a scene, he would forget to act and he would sit there and be watching you acting.
Oh, is that what it was?
He would I just thought he was terrible.
Whatever the truth is, the incident gave outsiders a reason to speculate that the two never fully gelled, fueling a narrative that their professional rapport was strained from the start. Denzel Washington's snub might be the most startling because of his stature, but he certainly isn't the only big-name figure unimpressed by Ryan Reynolds. Notorious for speaking his mind, director Quentin Tarantino mentioned that he doesn't really track Ryan's work in the zeitgeist, suggesting Ryan's films leave little impact on him. For someone as influential as Tarantino to dismiss your filmography, even in passing, is a noteworthy blow. Then there's actor Gerard Butler, who starred in major action films like 300, openly chuckling when a journalist compared his movie gamer to Ryan's Free Guy. Instead of riding with the comparison, he seemed amused by the mere idea of it, making it clear he didn't see them on the same level. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, the friction between Ryan and Deadpool director Tim Miller was enough to make Miller walk away from the sequel.
And I looked back and, oh man, he had a shiner this big, and I just thought, well, this is the end of me. This is the moment that Denzel Washington turns me into a liquid.
Insiders say the clash centered on Ryan's heavy influence over creative decisions, a control that Miller, as the director, found difficult to navigate. For fans, it's often surprising to learn Ryan's not universally beloved by Hollywood insiders, especially given his charismatic public persona. He's charming in interviews, quick-witted on social media, and known for his comedic timing. But these repeated criticisms hint that he might be stepping on some toes behind closed doors. Whether it's his style of humor or his desire for creative control, something is prompting seasoned filmmakers and fellow actors to raise eyebrows. Although Ryan's popularity with audiences remains strong, especially thanks to the Deadpool franchise, these industry critiques signal that not everyone in Hollywood considers him top tier. If enough influential voices start echoing the same sentiment, it can gradually chip away at an actor's credibility, no matter how big their box office draw. Blake Lively once stood alongside A-listers, garnering adoration for her fashion sense and roles in films like The Shallows. She was also the face of classic TV nostalgia for her portrayal of Serena van der Woodsen on Gossip Girl. But behind the camera, rumors swirled that Blake and her co-star, Leighton Meester, barely spoke outside of filming. Cast members felt they had to pick sides, suggesting tension simmered during the show's run. Fast forward to recent years, and Blake's image has taken a few hits. One notable incident was her ill-advised decision to joke about Kate Middleton's Photoshop controversy on social media, a moment that for some fans felt like she was profiting from another celebrity's misstep. The backlash was immediate. People called her out for trivializing an issue that for many represented more than a simple scandal. It was about body image and the unrealistic standards placed on public figures. Blake ended up deleting her post, but not before the criticism left a mark. Then there's the upcoming film adaptation of It Ends With Us. When Blake was cast as the lead, many fans felt she was miscast, specifically citing her age and the character's persona. The leaked set photos sparked another firestorm, with the now infamous orange wig becoming a target of merciless internet memes. Worse still, her co-star Brandon Sklenar avoided showering Blake with even a basic compliment during an interview, opting to stay neutral. In an industry where co-stars often pile on scripted praise, that silence was deafening. In Hollywood, perception is everything. Positive buzz can sustain careers through lukewarm projects, while negative press can overshadow legitimate talent. At this point, both Ryan and Blake seem to be losing key supporters. Directors, fellow actors, and even longtime fans are more skeptical than ever. Interviews that used to be full of mutual compliments and lighthearted banter are now tense and sprinkled with awkward pauses. Consider the effect of a heavyweight like Denzel showing no warmth for Ryan. That alone can turn other major directors off from working with him. Word travels fast behind the scenes, and if a big-name star isn't endorsing you, peers might wonder if there's more beneath the surface. Meanwhile, Blake's struggles are piling up. Once regarded as a fashion darling, she's become a lightning rod for criticism. Everything from on-set tensions to questionable project choices. All of this sparks the ultimate Hollywood question. Are Ryan and Blake still worth the gamble for studios looking to protect massive budgets and star-driven marketing campaigns? When a star's reputation begins to slip, the ripple effects can be huge, causing an actor or actress to get fewer offers, smaller roles, and less creative control. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively once had an almost flawless public persona. They're known for witty social media banter, red carpet glamour, and a seemingly solid family life. They could headline separate movies and still command media attention as a couple. So what's changed? For Ryan, his saving grace may be the Deadpool franchise. He brought the titular character to life so perfectly that Deadpool cemented his position in mainstream cinema. Yet even as fans adore the wisecracking anti-hero, insider respect appears to be waning. After all, Quentin Tarantino publicly saying he doesn't track your filmography isn't exactly a thumbs up in the industry. Blake's situation is even trickier. Unlike Ryan, who can still bank on Deadpool 3, she's betting on a film adaptation that's already stirred negative fan reactions. If It Ends With Us underperforms or is widely mocked for her portrayal, it could further tarnish her credibility. Hollywood tends to have a short memory for failures, but an even shorter one for actors who attract controversy without delivering box office success. They're at a crossroads. Either they craft a comeback narrative with strong roles, innovative collaborations, and a charm offensive, or they risk fading into the background as Hollywood moves on to newer faces. Their star power, once so bright, is dimming under the glare of negative headlines, public doubts, and the cold shoulder from heavyweight peers. From that moment, Denzel Washington declared Ryan was terrible to the relentless online mockery of Blake's upcoming role. It's clear the seemingly unstoppable duo is hitting a major roadblock. Hollywood has always been fickle, but Ryan and Blake are encountering an especially chilly reception from influential insiders and a skeptical fan base. Rumors of on-set drama, social media mishaps, and the perceived mismatch of roles all add fuel to the fire. Can they turn it around? Possibly. Hollywood loves a redemption arc, especially when it's served with a blockbuster success or a critically acclaimed performance. Ryan can still rely on the Deadpool brand's popularity, and Blake could surprise skeptics by giving a standout performance, orange wig or not. But if these next big projects fall flat, the door to top-tier status might begin to close. All eyes are on the couple now. Either they'll stage a spectacular comeback, proving that a few missteps don't define them, or these recent controversies will mark the start of a slow fade from the A-list spotlight. One thing's for sure. In an industry fueled by hype and reputation, every move they make will be watched with growing scrutiny. Let's see if they can pull off a Hollywood plot twist in their own favor.